So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, let's go. Try at 38. Try at 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 42 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around him.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard
Congratulations,
line.
you sacrificed a potential touchdown for bad.
And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. You're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the...
And he goes. Down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. Not losing with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone.
I'm sorry. I put freaking Kenyatta Skinner outside of the depth chart. I don't want him getting hurt. So why is he back?
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it's fielded at the 34. Unable to corral him. He fights through. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll run it here. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, they're in that number 2 spot. They'd love to hold on to that. But first things first, they want to clinch that division.
Well, let's go back to the conversation we had with the coaching staff. And you asked that very question about how important is it really? You've got a good team. Can't you win from any spot in the play? They all looked at us like we were crazy, right? You can do it from a lower seed, but no one really wants to try it. Higher seed, much better for them. They want to clinch this division.
Definitely don't want to slip to 5 or 6 and go on the road in that first playoff game. Throw left side complete. That's Frazier. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually make...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop
Sorry,
right near
but if you're just
midfield
going to
at the
ignore
49-yard line.
every single change that I try
And with
to
that
make,
kind of a deficit, you can't
and
afford
just
to make
end
any
up
kind
having
of
it go,
mistakes.
oh,
It's been
willy-nilly,
pretty
he said he
symptomatic
is
what we've
great
seen all game
because
with them, isn't it? Down,
trying to
down
sit
this
him.
big in the fourth quarter.
What's the point of me
after
even
to
having the
forget,
option
absolutely.
to mess with my depth chart if the game's just going to do what it wants anyways?
Now a play fake here on first down.
I'm doing this for a very specific reason, to avoid injuries, to make
It's
best
always
D
a balance
lineman
to win on first down, the offense or the defense.
for
Let's face it,
clicks.
if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming
I don't
for.
mind if Ellis
They
gets
tried
hurt
to
because I
throw
have
for it
depth.
there.
I have
Nice
depth at
effort to
corner.
knock that
I
one
have
away and
depth
bring up second down.
at free and strong safety.
He'll try again with the arm.
Linebacker, there's not much difference at all, so there's no real point
And he comes back with one
making
complete.
changes.
And they'll get him down
But
as he's
D-line,
inside the 40.
I want to make sure
A
the
gain
number
of
1
10,
D-line
good for a Steeler first down.
tackle
Tight end is
isn't
certainly a
good.
position
Alright,
built
number
to
1
move the
tackle
chains
isn't
because
good.
they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but
Same
it
way
winds
after
up
this
falling
run, I'm
incomplete.
flipping the
And
depth
that's what
chart
he's
so
got to be
Western
happy to
Trees
have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first
Yes,
down
it is
there,
very
you need to
late,
be a little bit more
but
careful.
Yeah, fortunately
I don't care.
for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now the first carry for Bush. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll return this ball across midfield.
Hey,
to the
Mikhail Starks,
47-yard
get the
line.
F out of the way, dude.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Back to throw here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Three down. Let's go. What?
I'm just gonna let the clock run out to kick the field goal. It's all about getting Jake Elliott as many field goal makes as possible.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Steelers, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Arizona, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.